John, I've heard since I started comedy, I've always heard your name. You know, we're in different...
All good things.
Of course, of course. No, but I'm saying as a producer, as somebody who's a performer, I've seen you on flyers. I've always seen you active in the scene since I've started. I'm only 3 years into this. How long have you been doing stand-up?
I started doing stand-up comedy in the 4th grade.
Really?
I was in 4th grade, and they were doing a talent show, a school-wide talent show, and they were going class to class, asking people, you know, do you have a talent, this, or that? And all the more popular kids, I was a big nerd, but I didn't have good grades, so I don't know what you call that. And they asked, does anyone have a talent? And I wrote down stand-up comedy, and I'm 10 years old. And I remember after the class, the teacher says, Jonathan, can you come back over here and, you know, talk to me? And she goes, people can't just do stand-up comedy. And that stuck with me for the rest of my life. That was the first time I went on stage. I went on stage in front of the entire school. I closed out that bit in 1996 about a joke about all these celebrities were dying at the time, and my closing bit was about Michael Jackson overdosing. And I didn't know that I was...
As a kid, it was very topical.
Yes, as a kid, it was still topical for the next 20 years. But yeah, that's how I really got into stand-up. Was I just loved stand-up comedy as a kid, and I would take. You remember the Talk Boy from Home Alone 2?
Mm-hmm.
I would go up to the TV screen. I would record comedians and their bits, and I would just walk around school, the neighborhood. I would just force my friends to just listen to these bits, and now I'm trying to force my friends to see me at the Improv.
Right, to listen to your bits.
To listen to my bits.
So we have a picture here of you with your boyfriend Oscar, I believe.
That's a good one. I'm 13 years old there, and I had the bleach blonde hair, and I was a little thinner back then, just a bit. I've eaten a bit since, but yeah, that was me doing stand-up back in the day.
Damn.
Yeah.
Impressive. At the Oscars.
At the Oscars. I was the kid that Michael brought.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You're his date.
That's right.
That's cool.